Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. I hope you can see me. I know that there's a shadow, but we are outdoors today and there's forces that we cannot control, so we're just gonna flow with it. Okay, this video I'm going to be sharing with you, explaining my personal spiritual experience, my growth, my journey. If you see me looking down, it's because I am using a tree trunk as a tripod, so that's kind of why it's angled that way. And yeah, I have some notes for you guys and I'm really excited to share it because maybe some of you guys were going through this and didn't even know that you're going on a spiritual journey, but in truth you were. So let me share with you the past years. We are now in 2019 and I have been awakened, I guess, since 2016. So it's been 3 years. And I truly thought I remembered it being 2017, but it turns out, as I look back and I'm reiterating everything I'm gonna say, my thoughts, the process of filming this video, it actually started in 2015. And if you were expecting this to be all like love and light, like, oh, God talked to me, or the universe spoke to me in my dreams and I suddenly metamorphosized into this grand abundant light, no. Hell no, it's dark, it's deep, it's dark, it's light, it's euphoria, you see colors, man, it's just beautiful. But it is hard work, and what makes it harder is not having that support system. A lot of people are still sleeping. A lot of people choose to stay asleep because it is easy, because it is conventional. Let me get into the detailed year by year. Okay, in 2015 I graduated high school, and I in detail remember this specific experience, I guess, or moment. So we were a couple days away from graduating, and I was just standing around with my friends during like lunch or something, and one of them said a joke. It was just three of us. One of them said a joke and the other one was really laughing about the joke, and I didn't laugh. I just stood there blankly staring into like the sky or something. And I'm thinking to myself, how many fucking times do I have to hear this joke? How many times are we going to pretend that this shit is funny? Like, are we not conscious that we're fucking leaving high school and we're going to go into a different ass life right now? And I just separated myself from that. I knew it wasn't right for me to be angry at them. It was just in myself. I'm like, what the hell am I doing? Why am I still hanging around these people? This isn't my frequency. What they're talking about, I don't give a shit about. And then from that moment on, I started to just meditate and be alone. And because I went from having friends to being alone so quickly, I started smoking a lot of weed as a crutch. To be like, okay, this is cool, like I can do this, you know, it kind of calms you down, especially if you have anxiety. And I'll get into what anxiety is in a bit. So that was 2015 for me, just really isolating myself and going deeper into my mind and deeper into the essence of who my spirit is and why I'm here. And this is fun. I'm just so excited to be sharing this, honestly. This is awesome. Thank you for listening. Now we're going to skip to the next year, 2016. So this was the year that I emerged into the real world. And I got my job and a car. I manifested the car that I wanted. Not knowing about manifestation, I just, I expected to have that car, and I said nothing less than that car, nothing more than that car. I want that car, and I got it. But I did not know anything about the law of attraction. I didn't know anything about manifesting. Besides that, or November, I was feeling the pressures of society. Oh, you're this age, you should be doing this. Oh, you're this age, you should be doing this. And I kind of skipped over the fact that I did try to go to college because that has nothing to do with the spiritual awakening. But I just said, I know I don't want to go to college. I know I don't. I didn't know why, I just know I didn't. And when I let's go back to 2015, when I said I started dwelling deeper into my mind and into my spirit, seeing who I really was. This is also when I discovered yoga, because I would be high in my room and I could just feel every single muscle like stretching, and it would feel so good. So I started getting into yoga, doing it on YouTube, and then eventually going to classes from 16 to like 18. And here is a experience that is also worthy of sharing because it just opened my third eye, really. So I did have a connection to do LSD, and I'm not at all saying you have to do LSD at all. Like, I really do not want that out of context. Like, it is 100% a personal liability, really. It's your choice. I don't even recommend doing it, honestly. But I did. This was in, I think, 2016. And I think for the first few hours, I was having a really bad experience. So when I finally got to be alone and I just got to calm down a little bit, I had someone driving me, and I remember seeing the trees that we were surrounded by. There were so many trees, and I could see the aura of the tree, the aura of the leaves being alive, and I could actually see underground the roots connected, spread all over where we can't see, spread under the streets and the streets that we're driving on, spread under these I live in an agriculture heavy focused area, so I could see all the roots and the colors of them being alive, and how I was connected to them, and how my energy and that energy was connected, how everything was connected. So that was a really enlightening experience. That was the only positive thing I can take away from that fucking 7-hour trip. So that's why I say it's not worth it at all, because that was like 20 minutes of enlightenment for 7 minutes of like being in this created inferno. Times, man. And I didn't even know that that could lead to you having insights. I just did it because I was like lost. I was so lost. So that was quite interesting. And then at the end of 2016, from December, I actually broke my foot. And this ties in as well. Everything happens for a reason. There's a wasp circulating the tree trunk I'm using, so if you see me kind of like dodging, that's why. Okay, back to the story. Back to my story. What I learned through this, I learned veganism through a broken foot. Ooh, sheesh. So it just came about because I was laying in bed all the time. I couldn't really move, you know, I couldn't walk around or anything. So I started thinking, I was like, I probably don't eat all the calories that I was normally intaking. Let me eat less. And I started researching just on my phone, on my computer, about veganism. And then I remember I researched for like literally one day, and then I woke up the next day, I was like, I'm gonna go vegan, and I just fucking did it. And then the last thing I remember Googling was like, why should I not eat eggs? And I watched a documentary, and then I went straight vegan for about 5 months. I had the clearest skin of my life. And then when April came, I moved to a city that had a bunch of options, and I was like, because I can't, you know, when you go out with people who aren't vegan, they don't really conform to you. They just go out to like Applebee's and like Red Lobsters. So you kind of have to conform back. At that time, that's what I thought. I was like, okay, let me not make these people uncomfortable because they don't understand health, basically. And it's very awkward when I first transitioned, and I would go to like Red Lobster and I'd see literally 80% of the fucking restaurant is obese. I'm like, bro, there's something wrong here, but you're okay spending $100 here? Like, I'm utterly confused, but you're fine with it? All right. Anyway, and so that kind of shows that I just intuitively knew veganism was right for me at the time, and it still is. I still am like 98% vegan. Sometimes I'll have like an eggs or something, but and also 2017 was a time I really went against my intuition. I did things that my inner self would scream at me like, don't do it, you're past that, move on already. But because the ego is scared, the ego wants to protect us, we're going to stick to what's comfortable always. So that was a very hard battle, switching between I didn't know at the time, but the higher self, and then the ego's like, do this, you've always done this, and look, you're fine. And the higher self's like, we don't have to be fine, we don't have to conform, we can be way better, we can rise. Anyway, but I was still trying to conform to that outer world of going out, hanging out, partying, working 5 days a week, and then those 2 other days spending the money and then like relaxing, which left me feeling completely lost, completely drained and empty, because I knew I'm not gonna get anywhere like this. Yeah, you can save money, and yeah, you can do certain extravagant things on the weekends when you request time off, but I'm not trying to request time off. I'm not trying to live this lifestyle, I thought. And then I moved back, and then I felt shattered. Because I created this identity of this person out in this outer world who works and who hangs out and who does this. And then when I moved back to my hometown, I was like, well, what the fuck? I have none of that. All that stuff was outer. All that stuff I identified with was outer. Hurry, let me try to run back. And I tried to move back, and I tried to keep in contact with those people. Like, I was so desperate at 2017, and that desperation manifested depression, because I was living in the past, thinking the past is better, the past was the best life I've ever had, shit like that. Like, please, if you're thinking that the past is best for you, look where you're meant to move forward, but be grateful for the present. And I know it's so hard sometimes when you don't like your present, but if the past was meant for you and it's what's best for you, you would be there. Those people would gravitate towards you no matter where you went. And this is so important. I learned this lesson very hard. It was a karmic lesson for me from 2017 to 2019. From that desperation and that depression, I manifested a relationship that was so low frequency, that was very hurtful. And it took me a lot to get the courage to say, I am better than this. I believe in myself. Anywhere I need to get, I want to get, I will get there alone. And that took so much truth to look myself in the mirror and be like, what are you doing? Like, and it's hard because you can either bash yourself, and that's gonna kill your self-confidence even more when what you're going through is already hard, or you can be smart about it and talk to yourself as an adult, but talk to your inner self, talk to your inner child and say, hey, I see that you're not really happy. What can we do about this? What is making you so unhappy? I don't want to see you crying anymore. I don't want to see you hurt anymore. Let's lift you up. I love you. I love you. I love you. Tell yourself you love yourself, because we're here on this planet really to recognize our own power, uplift ourselves, and spread love to every single person that we encounter. And every single person who has hurt us is hurting, I promise you, 15 times more than how they hurt you. Let me not cry, hold on. 2018. In 2018, and still now, I'm not gonna lie, I see myself putting a lot of energy into trying to explain what it is I'm creating, what it is I'm about, who am I, and what I stand for. And I honestly try to preach to people about health, wellness, and why alcohol is bad for you, why eating out is bad for you, why modern medicine is bad for you, why when you go into a grocery store, everything that you see is owned by like 2 huge companies or something insane that way, but people just don't care. And I remember in 2018 meeting some friends, and I would try to put them onto shit I like to say, let's go on a hike, bro, let's go to yoga, let's fucking juice. And they're like, I'm gonna go clubbing, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And I was like, alright, fuck it, back to being alone, because there's so much resistance to being alone. It's deemed weird. And the only time that I was able to connect with people who were on like some like hippie type stuff is smoking weed. And I no longer smoke because I just don't need to. I love to be in tune, I love to be clear. For me, it's very hard to just stay on this very high vibration and see people I love and care about on a different path, a different frequency, because they're cool with that. I don't think I talked about this, but when I started getting into meditation and I was vegan, I was able to connect to, my inner self, my higher self, God, whichever you want to call it, very quickly, like within the first 5 minutes. But also I was meditating every single day around the same time, so I was very it was a routine for me at that point. Right now, not so much, but I am getting back into it. Basically, it's just kind of hard to be on a different frequency as the people that you love. And it's like, well, what can you talk about then? I can't tell you about all the synchronicities I've seen, all these angel numbers that I've seen, which I've been seeing since 2018. No, what year is this? 2019. You can't really talk about that, because you're gonna be like, you're fucking crazy. Like, just turn on the NFL or turn on the NBA programming, let's watch that. It's like, alright, I guess we got nothing in common, really. I hope that wasn't really too messy. I know that it was. I tried my best not to make it messy. I even wrote these notes. But like, I mean, I just tell stories that way, okay? If you were able to follow along that, bless you. But I don't know. I'm just trying to align to this universe and this reality and create my belief system and curate it into my own world. And I would love to help people who want to be helped. I would love to give that energy that I give, that I used to give, trying to explain to others about these things, to people who want to learn, to people who are like, hey, I've been curious about this. What's good with this? What's this about? And I'll be like, here, free knowledge that I've gained through going through this experience, you know? And the reason I've created this channel is to meet with like-minded people, meet with people who are going through the same light worker experience, the same synchronicities, you know, all these angel numbers and being connected to the divine and stuff. Yes, man. And this 2019 is coming to an end. We are in October. Whoops. We are in October already. It's a wild experience. It is a wild experience right now. I swear to God, to be alive right now is truly a blessing, because the world is shifting so much. The consciousness is shifting so much to where everything is available to us. This is another thing I wanted to say. Everything is available to us, and there's no longer room for excuses. There's just so many resources out there for us to take advantage of, to achieve what we really want. We gotta elevate. This is why we're here, to elevate the consciousness of the world. Oh my God, yes. This is why we're here. So, if you want to revolutionize, if you want to change your own life and change the path and the destiny that you want to go on to, and if you want to have a better life for your family, an internal change is necessary. You don't need any experience, you don't need a degree, you don't need a certification, you don't need any certain type of money in the bank account. No experience necessary. It's all up to you. It's all in the mind. It's all in the mind's eye. And all the information that we need, that we seek, is free. It is truly free. The YouTube is free. Wikipedia, Google, public library is all free. Once you get into specific topics, then you can go, meet up with people who know these things. You can meet up with healers, spiritual healers, and people who like to give guidance. What are they called, like shamans and stuff like that. I haven't done that yet. I would love to go like on a sacred medicine retreat. I would love to. However, I do have fear towards that because of the change it could invoke. And yeah. I don't know, man. The world's ready for you. The world is ready for you. All that power and all that knowledge and all that creativity. And this is another thing I channeled this week, that creativity is false. Creativity is false. When you're in school and they're telling you, oh, he's creative. We're all fucking creative. We're all creations, and we can all create, just how God created this earth, right? That's what people think. Just how your mom created you and your dad helped your mom create you. We are not creative. Oh, he's creative. He goes to art school. That's good. I love it. Follow your passion. But that's a fucking myth, bro. Like, we are creators. Like, don't dumb it down like that, We're so much more than they tell us. I don't want to stop talking. I want to keep talking and, like, having fun. Dude, this is so fun. Life is ready for you. Life is ready to surprise you. And life is ready to be surprised by you, for you to wake up with the courage one day and say, I'm abundant and I'm ready. I'm already abundant. I'm here. How can I serve? And the best way you can serve is to be in tune, is to be aligned, is to stop lying to yourself, holding yourself back from your truth, holding yourself back from your power. Be aligned, do your best, do your homework, learn, unlearn. It's so much stuff, man. I'm on like level 25 of consciousness, but there's probably 100, but I'm 21 years old. I'm still proud of myself. I'm not comparing myself to my past. I'm not comparing myself to other people. I am focused on me, my soul, my mission, my achievements, and I hope that spreading this message can help you guys in one way or another. I will work on diligently and adequately categorizing this next time, because I know it was kind of a rant, but I tried. So peace be with you, and always elevate. I don't know. Bye.